As an Apex Legends player since its inception, I was always interested in the lore of it all, and I knew that this game was inspired by the universe of Titanfall. Thankfully, thanks to a mixture of the Steam Spring Sale, adult money, and me just being cheap, I was able to buy the next best thing to play whenever I feel burnt out in Apex Legends and Helldivers 2. I know, treason. Titanfall 2 has been on my add to cart list for a while now, and I felt this is the right time to buy it and enjoy good gunplay, Titan and Titan fights, and Titan and Pilot fights, and amazing finishers. But that's not all there is to it. I was initially worried on how long the queue time for this game is given since it's been out since 2016, and I, as a person who is impulsive, didn't check the player status and all that before buying this game. Thankfully, at least in my server area, Hong Kong, and since I live in the Philippines, I queued in for about 1 to 2 minutes before finding a game, which is relatively quick, given for the number of players that are currently on. My hours now at the time of this recording is roughly about 15 hours, mostly played the multiplayer and also finished the campaign. And let me talk real quick about the campaign before jumping to the multiplayer, where I think everyone is interested in.
Got you.
The story around Jack Cooper and BT-7274, or as we all now know as BT, is one of companionship and a shared connection between pilot and Titan. Gameplay is straightforward and linear, which highlights the strengths of a pilot and their Titan. If you're familiar with Apex Legends, the movement feels the same, but not really. It's minus the wall running, which is a bummer, and thanks for asking for my opinion, dear viewer. You'll also see some characters in Apex Legends, like the main antagonist Kuban Blisk, where you can see him in one of the intros in Apex Legends, and of course our favorite albeit useless android Ash. And I'm sorry to all Ash mains who happen to see this video, I love you all, keep grinding. Anyway, now to the multiplayer aspect of Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 multiplayer is one where, as a seasoned gamer in his early 30s, is that I can confidently say that I can only play for an hour before my head starts to ache. And mind you, for context, I can play Apex Legends 4 hours no problem. In saying this, I meant that the gameplay, wall run, and the sheer verticality of the game is something much more intense coming from Apex Legends. The only mode that seems to be working for now in the game is called Attrition. It basically is a form of team deathmatch that you can earn points by killing NPCs, pilots, and their titans. The first team who reaches 650 points wins the game. Gather enough kill points and you can call down your perk, which can be a number of things depending on your level, and the coolest part, your titan. After the match ends, there's an epilogue where the losing side rushes towards a dropship for evac before the timer runs out, or if the dropship gets destroyed by the enemy team. It's a fun way to end the match while giving it some flair and making you think, I'll get them next game if you're on the losing team, and if you're on the winning team, it gets you thinking, you got no shot of escaping my titan, peasants. At least that's what my inner monologue has been screaming at me after each round. And I'm happy to report that if you're one who likes to customize your loadout like any Call of Duty game, then this will be a familiar scene for you. You can choose what you want for your primary, secondary, and anti-Titan weapon. Of course, you want to have an anti-Titan weapon, say that 5 times in a row, with you because you'll be facing Titans a lot in this game, hence the name, Titanfall 2. Titans in this game are cool as hell once you jump into their cockpit. Even the animation of going inside your Titan makes you want to stay there forever, stomping your opponents and sniping them from afar. Titans are strong but not overpowered. Against a pilot who knows how to handle a Titan, it's not gonna take long before you gotta eject and go back running and gunning. Next, let's talk about takedowns. They're not a core part of the game, but really just added for more flair and a hell of a good time. Just because you can. I love that about this game. Same with Apex Legends finishers with a more brutal take. Love it. Overall, I've enjoyed Titanfall 2 and might add more hours to this game given how fun it is. Despite my old decaying self not being able to play more than an hour and 30 minutes of it each time, it doesn't stop me from having a blast. Fast queues, great gameplay, Titan on Titan action, and Pilot on Titan epic runs is a good formula for the game. I wish the developers continued making more maps, Titans, or even a Titanfall 3, who knows. and I'm sure people will still play that game with a renewed interest. That's my quick review on Titanfall 2 in 2024. Thanks for dropping by. Later.
Perceptive, resourceful, and relentless.